And here we have the Southwest American water source. Note the red tinge to the water from the rust. Look to see if you can find any decomposing animal bodies. I'm gonna skip this one. I got 2 liters and there's water, I think 7 miles up. Seems like I need about 1 liter per 5 miles in this weather. And I could probably do a half liter every 5 miles if I needed to extend it. And worst case scenario, it's for me about a day and a half from full hydration to when I have to start worrying. So a lot of worrying about water at first, and that's kind of falling to the wayside of the trail as I continue to not die of dehydration. Oh, here you go. Hey, that's something. A lot of road walking. There was all this new trail and real cool trail before that in Canelo Hills. I like the road walking because it's fast, but not a big fan of camping alongside it. So, but it, just from the description of the items coming up, there's a lot of stock tanks, cattle ponds, gates, road junctions. So won't be disappointed if it is a lot of road walking. Bam! Especially if it's, this is what we're doing. Oh, I got quite a lot of battery left, so I think the 20,000 milliamps is nice. I keep waiting to run into somebody talking to myself. I think in 8 miles I get to a point where I could hitch to Sonoyta, but that'd be like, it's funny, on the AT I didn't know any of the towns I was hitching into, so every time it would be like, oh all there is a Dollar General and an Exxon, which, I'm not dunking on their town or anything. I live in a very small town, but it's just not really, like, it sucks when you spend a couple hours hitching somewhere and then you resupply for a week of eating at a gas station. I mean, it's honestly, gas station resupply is pretty, oh, there's a cool tank. Some kind of crazy tank down there. Well, it's not crazy. I've just had very little visual stimulus for the past week. So that's wild and crazy now. Starting to see more cactus, which is cool. PVC pipe. I wonder, that's good. I wonder what that is. Looks like something. Oh, my god dang blisters keep filling back up. One of them popped themselves coming up the hill this morning, which I appreciated. But hope the other one pops. I don't want to take my shoes off. Oh shit, you can see this road way down there winding off into the distance. I'm gonna check, make sure I'm going the right way before I go all the way downhill here and have to go back up. I've done that a few times. I had a few. There's some days where I've only progressed 12 miles of the Arizona Trail, but it's been like a 17-mile day. I think I see some sort of motor vehicle on the road ahead, an all-terrain vehicle or something. So I'm about to run into some folks. That's interesting. They're having a cool Wednesday. Still haven't seen any other hikers since Grasshopper yesterday. I think I ended up passing him somehow. He must have been dropping a deuce in the woods or something. Or he's ahead of me. And the boys, who I'm calling Sanic and Fun Guy, even though I haven't been able to tell him yet that I got trail names for him, are behind me somewhere, even though they were doing big ass miles. So I'm expecting them to pass me today or tomorrow. And I hope I see them again before getting off trail. Oh. These gates are so nice. On the Appalachian Trail, there's a lot of gates are like just wires you gotta loop back over a fence post. So just it feels weirdly civilized, I suppose, is what I'm saying. This is one of the most incredible views that I've seen in my entire life. I walked 84 miles to look at this. I didn't even know it. The wind's ripping over some very frosty mountains. Oh man. I don't have to go too far today. I just needed it was 28 miles to where Rachel's picking me up from where I slept last night on the side of a road. No rain again last night. There is supposed to be some rain Thursday, Friday, but I'll be bailing on Thursday, and I'll be taking a zero at my apartment on Friday. So I'm pretty excited for the rain. For me, not to experience the rain, but for the trail. Look at that. Holy shuckleberries, man. I ain't never seen anything like that in all my whole life. And I get to walk across all of it. Look back over here and go, ooh, hot dang. Look where I come from. There's also a bit of added gravity to this one personally, because I can see, like it was funny, I could see Sonoyta and Patagonia lit up at night. And I'm walking through all these places I've grown up in. This out here is the longest I ever lived anywhere. So it's on the Appalachian Trail or other backpacking trips. You're kind of just tromping through, or I was just tromping through areas unfamiliar to me until I got down to North Carolina a little bit. But the whole southern part of this trail is like just this string of towns where I've had adventures and misadventures and done, a lot of hikes and trips that have intersected with this trail over the years. So it's cool to just think and reflect on all that stuff. It's a very reflective trail for me so far. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm excited to get to Oracle and just be ripping through lands I don't associate with myself. It'll all be new. Not that this isn't new. This is beautiful new trail. I hope I don't run into anybody today. I'm going to talk their ear off, judging on what's coming out of my mouth right now. But I can just mute it and play cool bluegrass over it if it's weird. Never tell if it's weird until you're back home. Had a real nice coffee this morning. I have a new favorite breakfast out here. On the AT, I did a lot of Pop-Tarts, which don't agree with me too well. If I do have them out here now, I do the ones without frosting, and those are pretty okay. But I've just been doing Quaker fruits and cream instant oats, and I'm putting a big old handful of trail mix in there while it's soaking. And I just eat it cold. It's pretty quick, I can let it soak while I'm letting my tent, or I haven't been using my tent, but if I was using a tent, I could pack that shit up. It's just versatile, and they don't weigh anything. It's all dried out, and the little wax paper packets, they keep okay. It's down into the desert we go now. Gonna rip up through Saguaro National Park here in the next 50 miles, I suppose. I think I need to get through it in a day. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to camp there. Although I will say, I feel like I do wish they would differentiate between cowboy camping and establishing a campsite. I feel that cowboy camping, I'm not an expert, I don't know anything. I'm an email expert, not a nature expert. But my thought would be that cowboy camping just doesn't really do anything. You just lay your Tyvek or your ground cover down somewhere flat. Well, I guess that in and of itself. Yeah, never mind. I want Mexican food. I think I want to go to Guadalajara. Street tacos back in Sierra Vista with my wife when I get picked up tomorrow or the next day. And I think I want a pescado. I want what's that pork that gets shaved off? It's kind of like doner kebab meat, but it's Mexican food. But it's delicious marinated pork. Ooh, bunch of slippy slidey rock. Some places in Arizona you hike on that shit and it's all that's under your feet and it doesn't stay together. It just moves and you move down with it. And there's more and more of it on the trail I see. So, but I don't think I should hit anything like that between here and Mount Lemmon that I know of. Oh, yeah, that's right. And then they have excellent hot dogs at Guadalajara Street Tacos. They have like a Guadalajara dog with queso fresco on it and like pinto beans. And they're in these really good rolls. It's not a hot dog bun. They have elevated the hot dog at Guadalajara Street Tacos. They have really good birria tacos with the consomme, the birria dip, or birria, whatever. Fire, dude. I'm pretty hungry. Last good meal I had was breakfast when I left Patagonia. Although I will say I am carrying those fancy people dehydrated meals on this trip, and those are killer. It's so awesome at night to have like pasta with cream sauce. And then I have a summer sausage that I think is still good. I've been slicing up and putting into it. So all my freeze-dried meals, I'm probably the only porker gaining weight out here. But I'm going to try to rip some miles, I guess. I just wanted to capture some thoughts. as a descendant of hill people that moved into the mountains, and then in my case moved around to different areas of mountains. These lower desert sections are entirely unappealing to me, and I'm very excited to get back into the mountains. Like, there's more snow and the weather is more serious, but there's also way more water, or maybe berries growing, or fucking shade trees. There's nothing here. Yeah, here you go, here's some shade. So these parts, they are beautiful. This is beautiful, obviously. I just don't like it. I mean, it's still beautiful. I can't, I think that's Mount Micah. Or that, I don't know. But Saguaro National Park is in about 29 miles from here. I have to pay a fee to go through there, which is nice. It would be cool if there was an alternate route where you didn't have to pay a fee. I'm sure it's not much, but like getting charged to walk through a fucking place with no shade is crazy to me. But I was in those all day yesterday, last few days. Those hills, those are kind of alright. You can see the full mesquite trees up there. They're still shrubby, brushy, and they cast pretty sick shade. Not a lot of good places to go to the bathroom out here either. It's super hard to dig a cat hole in this stuff. Oh. About 8 more miles to the road. I'm totally out of food. It's dry as shit. I have 2 liters of water, but I'm pretty hydrated, so I mean, I could probably go like 20 miles to another water source on 2 liters. It's starting to seem like, without feeling too bad. As long as you don't start getting that headache, then I think it's being the hydration's being managed well. And then the second you get that headache, well, you screwed up if you get it, but you got to kill like a liter if you do, and then determine exactly how far you are from the next reliable water source. Get yourself there as safely as possible. Even wait till nighttime if you're fucking super burnt, and then just walk the water at night, and then do not leave the water source until you're, urinating clearly, like tear ducts are working. You can feel, your nose is hydrated, like, whoop. You can tell when you're hydrated. Everything starts getting juiced out. And you can tell when you're not, because you feel like one of these mesquite trees. And honestly, that was my biggest concern about this entire adventure, was managing hydration. And your hydration requirement changes with your body. So if you don't have like a lot of body, you don't need as much hydration, or you don't lose too much water through sweat. If you have a high sweat point, you'll hold on to more water. And all that stuff changes while you're out here. Like, some people show up very healthy. I showed up just pretty unhealthy. But the sweat point's rising every day. Like, I don't start sweating until I'm hotter and hotter. The requirement for water is reducing. Like, the miles it takes before my mouth gets dry are increasing. So those are all variable metrics that you can move and will be moved for you also by environmental conditions. So I feel like desert hiking or backpacking, like, success in it is just determined by not even mastery of those levers and conditions, but just knowledge of them and knowing why you're experiencing a symptom or something and how to deal with it as best you can where you are really reduces a lot of that anxiety that makes people panic or go too fast. It's funny, my buddy Donovan that I hike with, I always make fun of him for struggling to deal with drinking dirty water. But on this trip, I'm drinking all this water that has like worms in it. And it's, I'm thinking about putting duct tape around my water bottles so I can't see the water because the worms. I didn't think there was anything that would bug me in water, but seeing those fucking worms is pretty nasty. There's a cow looking at me up here. They're always staring through the trees. Perverts, really, is what they are. Oh, there's another one. That's a pretty cow. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, bud. Who's pretty cow? Oh, you're walking towards me real fast. I am gonna go this way. And that's how you deal with that. Don't, you're in their way. They're not in your way. Just extra careful. Look for snakes when you get off the trail. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, yeah. If you guys pull anything, I got you on film. This is a very pretty area. Got a whole crew here. Looks like a crew of young ones. Oh, look at this grass. They got some good eats. So this is pretty cruisy. I'm already making better time than I thought I would, which is sick because I get town food in like some hours. I didn't have too much for breakfast. I had 3 packs of grits. I have one more pack in case it gets like crazy, but I'm starting to get pretty hungry. And the appetite, I didn't have too much appetite at first, but it's now increasing drastically. And I think I'm feeling lighter. I was 276 pounds when fully hydrated and fully fed before coming out. And I would guess I'm probably a little under 270. The calorie expenditure has been increasing along with the miles. I'm starting to hike from about 8 or 9 in the morning until 8 or so in the evening. And I'm a very slow hiker, so I will need to be night hiking probably to finish this in a normal amount of time. Because I mean, I feel very hot right now, and it's probably not even 60 degrees or maybe 60. But the sun it's the sun from Mario. It wants to kill you. And you can see this trail is very heavily used. Like the closer you get to these trailheads, like the one I'm going to meet my wife at, the more trafficked it is, you can start seeing. Not right now. Oh yeah, there's a truck. See, I can see it. There's a normal ass truck over there doing something. It's a green truck. I don't know if you can see it on here, but that's not like an off-road truck. So we're getting close to civilization. Where I was yesterday was real cool. I like aviation, and I was able to see a bunch of jets from Davis Mothin doing cool shit, and some has some large cargo, like 4-prop cargo planes. So that was pretty cool. Something different to look at. Whew. I sure I'm starting to miss trees a little bit, but it's cool on this because you go from, desert to forest, and the mountains here in Arizona are called Sky Islands because they each have their own unique ecosystems. None of them are identical, I suppose. So the Huachucas was the one I'm most familiar with and where this misadventure began. And the next one coming up will be Mount Mica. I've never been there, so that's exciting. I can see that truck again. I can see houses too. So even if I was out of water at this point, you'd be okay. You can make it to that house, unless you're experiencing organ failure or something. But for the most part, if you have a strong desire to continue to live, you can get to a house and get water, which is nice. I mean, not always. You can just get too hot to do anything to function. But if you've been carrying an appropriate amount of water and hydrating fully at every opportunity, which I just keep saying to force myself to do, but I'm just going to walk for a bit. So thanks for hanging out with me. That's Interstate 83, where that white line's moving along. And then over there, just below this mountain, is Interstate 10, Highway 83 and Interstate 10. And then that's Vail and Tucson out there, Vail, and then Tucson beyond it. So I walked all the way to I walked to Vail, I guess, basically at this point, which is fucking nuts. I mean, that's like a long, boring drive. Or, like a 40-minute drive. It only took me 7 days to walk here, or 8 days. Crossed the 100-mile mark earlier. Somebody made a cool 100 out of sticks. So that was pretty exciting. I'm just a few miles from getting picked up. I'm zapped. I overdid it yesterday a little tiny bit. Just need my body to catch up to my brain. Oh, you can hear that interstate now. Just ever-present hum. Camping here I kind of like it. I think this is the last incline. Yeah. Still got a liter of water. Shit. That's crazy walking. I've driven to this intersection so many times. I didn't know how close the highway was to the trail. I've been seeing it since yesterday. And I guess I could see it the day before. I just wasn't sure what it was yet. But I'm starting to get these maps figured out a little bit. So, pretty big day. I'm back on the trail after a little break in Sierra Vista at my apartment with my wife and dogs. Really nice. I'm walking under Interstate 10 right now. That's so cool. Don't need my sunglasses in here. So I was having a real bad problem with my shoes And I went up to REI in Tucson and picked up a pair of Merrill Moabs. Man. I still have a little bit of foot pain, but way better than with those Solomons, so I'm gonna stop up here and tape up the bad spots a little bit. It was so nice to have a break. Pretty tough to get back on trail after hanging out with your family. But nice opportunities to rest for cheap. Look at that. Nice place to sit. Headed towards the Santa Rita Mountains now. Happy trails. I don't know if you can hear the train. I think you can see it though, like right there. So I'm sleeping pretty late. I have to only do 13 miles today because I can't camp in Saguaro National Park until tomorrow night. So I'm gonna sleep like leaning on the park gate tonight, and then I'm gonna bounce in there tomorrow. I have a reservation for Manning Camp, which is in the pine forest, which I don't understand because I'm in the middle of a desert still. So I am excited to get back to a pine forest. I believe it because it says it is. And that's what the pictures looked like when I was... There's 2 trains. That'd be a sick hobo rapper. 2 trains. That's cool. I don't know if I can hear him. It's just trains all over the place. About to have some biscuits and gravy. Sleeping bag didn't keep me very warm last night, but it was like 40, so like weren't nothing warm. Yeah, real easy day. I'm blowing through battery. I'm out of data, so I guess I don't get to use any websites at all, which seems kind of dangerous, but whatever. I'm gonna chow down. I was just doing my morning training. Oh man, there's still another one going. It looks like a livestock train. Yeah, adios. Howdy, howdy. Just walked through Colossal Cave Park. Never been there before. Driven past the exit a lot. Actually having a pretty bad time. My feet. I'm having to take a lot of ibuprofen. That first 100 miles in those bad shoes did a number on my feet. Kinda wishing I had taken a couple extra days. Excuse me. Oh, walking through all sorts of crazy flowers and stuff today, so got the sneezes. There's a lot of birds. There's nowhere good to go to the bathroom out here. It's crazy. There was an actual restroom earlier though, so that was pretty sweet. Picnic area with a water spigot. Met some nice Australian folks. Tap and 17. And then met another two nice ladies. I don't remember their trail names. Probably about 5.5 miles to go to Cienega Creek, I believe, which is where I'm stopping, as I don't have a permit to camp in Saguaro National Park. So tomorrow should be, I think, similar mileage to today. I'm going to have to take more ibuprofen. There were so many trains last night. I didn't sleep too good. Plus my sleeping bag was wet, which is embarrassing. I didn't wet my sleeping bag. It was just wet. It's down, so it didn't really do anything. So I was just kind of laying in the desert, about 35 degrees, in a nylon bag full of wet feathers. And then it made my clothes wet, and my sleeping bag liner got wet. So not like a, probably the first day, like, really rather be sitting in a movie theater, eating popcorn, sitting on my computer. But definitely don't want to get another job again yet, so I'm gonna keep going. And I don't like this low desert's beautiful, sure, but it's it's a lot of this, not a lot of shade. It's pretty though, and you can do big miles if your feet aren't all fucked up. I guess I'm going over this big old mountain up here, starting up at day after tomorrow, Mount Micah. I don't see any snow. I'm really hoping there's no more snow. Although I got waterproof shoes now, so I'll be a little better if it's real cold up there. Look at this thing. I should have recorded that Colossal Cave Park. There were some of the craziest saguaros I ever sorrow in there. I'm a little bit dehydrated, but I'm tanking up. I just killed like a half liter. I'm gonna kill another half, and then I still have another liter. But this is the last few days. Is this? I feel like my car broke down in Mad Max or something. And then over this son of a gun mountain over here, Micah, will be Mount Lemon. And I got another town break coming up. My sister Jackie is gonna pick me up, and I'm gonna get a shower at her place. I dropped off a bunch of supplies at her place, so I'll have stuff. That feels good. Hello. I'm walking up to camp with 4 liters of water from a real cold stream that I just soaked my feet in for about 30 minutes. And it's the least that my feet have felt since March 3rd.